Hello, everybody, and welcome to another rendition of health memes. This time I found health memes that would be encouraging, and I want to spend this whole video just doing that, encouraging you in your journey with fibromyalgia. So, a lot of times with how we feel, uh, we think negative thoughts and have those feelings of hopelessness, and there's no end to our trouble. And I want you to know that I believe fibromyalgia is something that you can fix, that the reason doctors can't test to see what it is, like with a blood test or any other kind of test, is because we don't have a way of measuring how much oxalates are in the body. You know, because the oxalates don't stay in the bloodstream, they get dumped throughout the body. We can't do a body scan to find them. I know that with the guaifenesin protocol, one of the things to do is a body mapping, and you can actually feel some lesions that are left as part of that dumping process. So there's two types of dumping with the body. Either they dump the toxins, the body will dump the toxins in different parts of the body to store them because we can't have them in the blood, and the kidneys and liver are not able to keep up with the demand to get rid of them, or they get excreted throughout the body. So different ways that toxins can be excreted are through urine and defecation, through sweat, the skin, the throat, the ears, nose, eyes, and the lungs, and so mucus and everything. So whenever you're feeling a flare, one of the possibilities of the flare is the body is trying to clear out something. Another possibility of a flare is the something that's lodged is causing irritation and inflammation. Now, a couple of things can cause inflammation, right? One of them is glucose, too much glucose in the body. And another is, too many toxins in the body. So the combination of using guaifenesin to clear out oxalates, as well as a low glucose diet and a low oxalate diet, the combination of those three things could really benefit people suffering from fibromyalgia. It doesn't fix the kidneys. Your kidneys don't become more efficient if you stop taking guaifenesin. But if you get rid of the oxalates from your body, you will find a lot of relief from the symptoms of fibromyalgia. So I want to encourage you, let you know that there are answers to fibromyalgia. We don't always get them from the doctor. We don't always get them from medication. But we can find freedom. And there is a large community of people with fibromyalgia and other autoimmune diseases. It's still debatable whether or not fibro is considered autoimmune, but who follow the carnivore diet or a high-fat keto diet, which allows some fruit and vegetable, but not a lot, and are completely healed or place fibromyalgia or whatever their situation is in remission, meaning that if you go off the carnivore diet, the symptoms will come back slowly, which tells me that plant toxins are really strong in our food system, and that our bodies are just not equipped to take care of all of them without hurting us in some way or form. So, well, let's get with the memes. Number one, you are important. You are brave. You are so good. Please don't ever forget that. Not even on your bad days. Are you having a bad day today? Know that you are getting through the day, even though you feel one of your worst, and that the joy is in knowing that in the future you won't have as many bad days as you do now, because you're coming up with solutions and you will solve and resolve these issues that you have with your body and with fibromyalgia. All right, the next one. With the new day comes new strength and new thoughts. So maybe today was really tough, but you can wake up in the morning and start a whole new day thinking about what you can do to find answers for your fibromyalgia. And those are your new thoughts. You want to have new thoughts, like not like as in new age. Oh. I have a personal problem with new age and the new thought thing. Philosophies. I'm not talking about manifesting. I'm not talking about speaking things into existence. What I'm saying is, today your thoughts are negative. Tomorrow you can find better things to think about your situation. Like, instead of feeling hopeless and despondent, you can believe there are answers, and I'm going to find out what those answers are. And then I will be able to heal myself from fibromyalgia because I will find those answers. This is cute. Hey, I heard you're doing your best, even though it's hard. Whoa, you're amazing. I like the little cute creatures. You are amazing. The brain is amazing. Your body is trying to protect you from further damage. So find out what you can do to get rid of the toxins that are causing all this damage. And one thing you can do is eliminate those high oxalate foods. Now, plants have other toxins in them, but there are plants that are low in various toxins, as opposed to plants that are really high. So like cabbage and celery are very low in any plant toxin. I don't know. Maybe because nobody wants to eat cabbage and celery. So spinach and almonds and chocolate are very high in toxins. And even though we've we've read over the past studies about the benefits of these foods, I have found that the one type of food that has the most benefit for my body has been beef and butter, and that's it. I usually sprinkle some eggs in there every once in a while, but it's beef and butter for me. Beef, butter, and salt, and it leads to feeling amazing. But this type of elimination diet, it's giving my body a rest from having to process everything that's in a plant that the body doesn't want to use. So, it's hard to get through your day when you're having your flares. And you're getting through the day, and that is a good thing. So, here's another one to remember: stay strong, stay the course. If you create a health journal for yourself that includes what you're thinking about and how you are feeling emotionally, as well as what kind of foods you're eating and how you feel after eating or after doing exercise or chores or whatnot. Keeping track of that every day, all day long, it gives you a goal, it gives you a sense of purpose. You start to problem solve, you start to eliminate things when you start to see a pattern of when you're feeling most of your flares after eating a certain food and things like that. Then you will accomplish your goals here. And so even if a flare is occurring, you want to remember to stay strong through it and remind yourself that you will get through it and you are strong. So that's just one of those thoughts to get you through the day. If it were easy, anyone would do it. But this isn't easy, and you're not just anyone. You've probably heard that one before or read that one before. All these memes here are pretty common. What it's like to have a chronic condition that other people don't have is finding that place within yourself that you give yourself the permission to accept the suffering. I know it's hard. I know it's discouraging. I know other people in the world, in your life, do not understand what you're going through. And maybe you think they're making presumptions about you. They might be, or they might actually be thinking about their own selves and their own lives and what they got to do. Not everybody with fibromyalgia tries to find solutions because it isn't easy. We want it to be easy, don't we? Want our lives to be easy? There's reward though after some hard work. And the hard work that you might want to do this week is keeping your health journal. Tracking your food, tracking your weight, tracking your activity, tracking your emotions, and your rating your day, keeping track of that, and making discoveries. It is a good step in the right direction in knowing who you are with your fibromyalgia. I do believe in God. I do read the Bible and I do pray. I have faith in Christ. And that gets me through a lot of things. A lot of times I will get discouraged. Even though I feel pretty good, I still have areas in my life that are discouraging. But I can find comfort in knowing that God does care for me, and it's not as if I deserve to have the healthiest body or deserve to have the best life, but that He is right here with me through any ups or downs that I go through. And that's what gets me through the hard times. I don't always feel His presence, but God's promises do not depend upon my feelings. They rest upon His integrity. R.C. Sproul was a pastor who had a lot of wisdom in interpreting what the Bible says and teaching the concepts that he learns. And this is a really important thing to remember when asking God for the things that you need. He's listening. And it might not be something that you feel like. Some people put an emphasis on feeling God's presence, but for the most part, for me, just knowing He's here and believing that is enough. I don't need to feel something emotionally about it. But there are times, when a hymn, the words of the hymn will bless me, or scripture that's being read will bless me, and I know that's His word and His love washing over me. So just be cognizant of His presence, not expecting to feel Him, so to speak. It's not our job to feel Him. It's our job to believe in Him, and He does care. And in this world, we will have suffering. That's a promise there. It's part of life. But we have the grace to get through our troubles. Oh, it's cute. I love animals. You can do it. I believe in you. I succeeded in finding something to relieve my fibro symptoms, to move on with my life, and to start planning out goals and doing things with it. You can do it too. There are options out there that are kind of outside the box. So I think of the medical community as being here in a box, based on information that they have developed over time. And if we really want to look at the history of medicine and where everything stems from, and modern medicine and how that developed, if you're going to the doctor and they're not giving you any answers, it's because your solution is probably outside their box. So they can only work within this frame. That's what they're trained to do. And you can be your own advocate. And that's what the Health Journal does. It helps you to advocate for yourself, to learn about yourself, to know what it is that you need to get better. And because I was able to find something that helps me feel better, I know that you can find something that'll help you feel better. Isn't this typical of a day? Feeling pretty good right now. You just wake up, you get out of bed, you make coffee, do some stuff, do some more stuff. An hour later, you're like, well, that was fun. um, the the part of the journey is looking for reasons why we feel the way we do. Also, part of the journey is understanding that there are limitations and to accept the limitations and move forward with what you got. That can be really hard when you used to have energy and you used to do a lot of things and you have had to give it all up. And that's hard. There's a sense of loss when that's going on. I just want to encourage you to always remember there's hope for your future and you can find the solutions that you are looking for. I don't always have the spoons to get anything done, but when I do, I get everything done. Yes. So the 3 good days I used to have in a month became the 3 days that I tried to clean and organize everything. Yes, I did have it was a full-time job, preschool teaching. As my fibromyalgia would get worse over time, and eventually had to let go of that job. And I was starting out in my 40s, I believe, when that happened. And it was hard to let go because when I was young, I had ideas of what I would be doing with early childhood development, and it turned into this, there's no way I could do any of that. Not with the way I feel. But you know what? The spoon theory kind of is helpful in understanding how things are. You know, when you wake up in the morning, how much energy you actually have to do things. And you pace yourself throughout the day so that you don't run out of that energy. Trying to get everything done will deplete you and make it harder for you to get through the rest of the week. So take it slow, take it easy, right? And here's a good one. I'm pretty tough, but some days my body just says nope. And that's true. That's, this seems to be a common theme with a lot of people with chronic conditions. So people might say, well, I have chronic fatigue, but I don't have chronic pain. Or they'll say, I have chronic pain, but I don't have chronic fatigue. But either way, the fatigue will keep you from doing things, and the pain will keep you from doing things. And all of it is most likely this condition of fibromyalgia, where the body's kidneys are not able to excrete out the excess oxalates. So let's work on solving that problem. I should go over what are high oxalate foods and what are medium oxalate foods and what are low oxalate foods. So you can see, maybe you'd be able to feel a difference. I would say that when you drop the level of oxalates that you eat, your body will release the oxalates that is being stored. So you'd want to be really careful with that oxalate dumping, because it will cause rashes. It will cause a lot of weird problems. And you'll think, well, now I'm eating something I'm allergic to, and what it actually is is it's not an allergy, it's the body getting rid of a toxin that it doesn't want. And I think this this is the last one I'll have on the video. Getting 4 hours of sleep versus getting 8 hours of sleep. Why do I look the same every morning when I wake up? Well, I got age going against me too, but typically with fibromyalgia, you do not wake up feeling rested. So when I wake up in the morning, my routine has to include some movement of some kind. So stretching is a big one for me. And maybe some light calisthenics, drinking some coffee, and then taking a shower. The hot water does a lot to relieve me of the morning achy pain kind of stuff. I don't know why I feel most of my aches and pains early in the morning. And I would love to wake up not feeling any of that. And that's just one thing that eating carnivore has not changed. However, I am still quite overweight. And I'm wondering, when all the weight is gone, that excess weight is gone, and I have like another 25 to 30 pounds to go, that maybe also all the excess aches and pains will go. We'll see. All right, well, I hope that you are feeling encouraged in your journey with fibromyalgia, that you find some helpful things for bringing you some joy and laughter and some peace. And I will keep working on my videos. I don't know how many people actually watch me, probably not very many, but I'm just beginning and just learning, and any kind of support that you can give me would be great, as far as subscribing and liking any of my videos. Hopefully I can really figure it out, that what makes my audience get the most benefit out of what I do. So take care, everybody, and see you again soon. Bye.